It's time. In this video, we're going to be going over my summer bass bag. We're going to look at my hard plastics, soft plastics, terminal tackle. Without further ado, hit that like button and let's get into it. Okay, well, starting things off, we'll take a look. We'll just start at the top and then we'll work our way down. Kind of showing off all the different compartments and what I use them for. With the main beef of the bag, obviously, being in here with the actual tubs. So starting in the top, this is kind of a catch-all bag. I keep a lot of different stuff in here, but primarily trash that either I create or trash that I find out when I'm fishing. I'll just kind of chuck it in here and dispose of it. There's some fishing line. Usually I'll keep some bug spray in here. Try not to use bug spray too often, especially if I'm going to be in the water. I really try to avoid using it just because I'm not trying to put all those chemicals in there. But I'll also keep some leader in here, which is kind of getting all crazy. This is just some 12-pound fluoro from Seagar. I've been using this leader for probably about 5 years. Haven't really had any issues or breakage or really anything. So that's a good leader. I'll keep just little things that I don't want to put in there, and other compartments. Here's like a little flashlight just to keep in case sometimes I get I lose track of time, and so it's nice just to have a little flashlight with me if I'm heading back in the dark. And that's about it. So basically anything that doesn't have a designated spot in my bag will just get tossed up in here. Okay, then we'll be moving on to the second pouch here. This is kind of where I keep all my camera gear. This is a nice big pouch with multiple zippers, pockets, full 9 yards, pouch back heater, a lot of storage in here. So this is where I keep pretty much just all my camera stuff. So I do have like a cage for my DJI. Here's like a chest mount, which I don't really use anymore, but I like to keep it because there are some instances where this is better than the necklace mount that I have now for the new DJI. Here's like a magnetic clamp. This is really cool. You can either mount it here. The back is a very strong magnet, or you can actually just clip it to stuff. Moving on to the next pouch is a small zipper pouch here behind the molly webbing. This is typically where I keep batteries and then more delicate stuff. So like this is like a foam windscreen. If it ever gets too windy out there, this makes a ginormous difference in the audio quality. Okay, then we'll move on. I've got these side pouches here. This is typically where I'll keep terminal. So like I've got my weights over here. Nothing too exciting there. To be honest, I don't use too much out of there very often. On the other side here, I'll keep my hooks, which they exploded. The latch is kind of broken, so I'm not going to take those out. But yeah, there's a bunch of hooks. Primarily just for rubbers. So like, I've got hooks for Texas rig, hooks for drop shot, hooks for swim baits, creature baits, the full 9 yards. They're all in there. Okay, and then moving into the beef of the bag here. So we can open this guy up. I really try to just keep it per the season. So hence the title of this video. I've really downsized a lot in the amount of tackle that I used to bring with me. So we'll take a closer look at these now, and I'll kind of show you what I've got going on for my summer fishing. Okay, so all I really carry with me now is 2 cases. I try to keep it pretty minimal, just things that I think I'll be using, whether I'm on the lake or on a river. On one case, I've got all my hard plastics, and then the other case is all my soft plastics. If you can't tell, I'm a big fan of crankbaits, specifically lipless crankbaits. My all-time favorites are going to be the Berkley Jacks, typically a Jack 6 or a Jack 7. These are great lures. They perform very well. They've got razor sharp hooks, but they are a little pricey, and honestly I probably lose 1 or 2 of them every single time I go fishing, and I think they clock in at around $15, $16 a piece. So typically, although I really do enjoy using those, I'll usually throw, especially whenever I'm in unfamiliar waters or at a new lake, I'll typically throw something cheaper like a rattle trap. I've been throwing rattle traps for probably 10-12 years now. I love rattle traps. They catch a lot of fish, and they do their job really well. Typically I use chromes and whites, but I was at a lake previously and I lost like 2 of them. hence why there's no white. Moving on, we get some Rapalas up here. I don't even remember what these are called. It's on the tip of my tongue. I think there's something, rap minnows, I think. I don't even remember, to be honest. I don't use these too often. I use these every now and then, but again, most of the time I'm fishing in shallower water, so something that dives down this much just isn't really an option for me. I do use a lot of spinner baits, especially when the weather is real nice and the fish are up on the shallows. I'm almost always going to be using. I do have some topwater stuff in here, not a whole lot. I think this is a Swamp Lord from, I believe, Berkeley. But that's a great frog. I used to have a white one. Somehow it managed to get snagged up, so I got to replace that. But those are great topwater lures. Okay, now on to jig heads. So my all-time favorite jig heads are from a company called Warbaits. I've been using these guys for about 5 years now. I discovered them out in San Diego. They are a bit on the pricier side, so it is quite unfortunate when you lose them. But they have an amazing weed guard. They're nice, they're good quality, the paint stands up. Even, you know, a lot of these I've used in salt water, and I used to use this white one a lot. And it is looking a little on the rougher side, but having been used exclusively in salt water, the paint and the finish is held up very, very nicely. They also make some skirted jig heads. These are also really, really nice. Have used these quite a bit. These are really nice to throw a trailer on, like a something like this, like a creature bait, like one of these crawlers, or you can throw a swim bait on there as well, and it's going to produce some good bass for you. Okay, moving over to the soft plastics tub. So here's just a collection of soft plastics that I have come to have very good luck with. Again, here in Missouri, I primarily am using shades of green and shades of white. You know, these grubs are really nice. These swim baits from, I believe, Kitech. I've used these for a while. These are great swim baits. They work very well, and they catch a lot of fish. I mean, it's especially with those orange blotches they have here, that works really well for like small sunfish here. Things that bass are going to be eating. I got some robo worms. I use these a lot. These little Senkos from, I believe, Yum. I use these a lot. And then, of course, the all-time classic here in Missouri. I don't think there's a single fisherman in Missouri that doesn't have these power baits. And Tequila Sunrise. This is an amazing soft plastic, catches you a lot of bass. I do use these a lot as well, especially if I'm running Texas rig and a lot of cover. I do find myself running these. I always just clip those or pull them apart just to get some more action and vibration in the water. These do an excellent job of producing bass. So that's about it. I mean, that's the what I'm carrying for my summer bag. But if I'm really hunting bass, then I'm primarily using rubbers right now because it's just so darn hot here in Missouri. Alright guys, so that's about it for this video. Most of what I have in my tackle bag is what 90% of other bass fishermen have as well. Alright, there's no such thing as a magic fishing lure that's going to get you more fish or catch fish every time, right? It's all about learning how to properly present what you've had. I've seen people catch fish by just putting a leaf onto their bait hook, right? For any beginner fisherman out there, I would recommend just getting a couple lipless crankbaits, maybe 1 or 2 crankbaits, and then a pack of worms, pack of Senkos, whatever. Learn how to properly present them, and you will get bass a lot more than if you just start chucking the most expensive lures out there. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. This was a pretty quick one. Lots of overcast today. It's a good day for fishing, so I'm trying to get out on the water. Make sure you subscribe, because depending on how today goes, there might be another video coming this weekend. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.